I mean, look at the styling. Look at it. Turn 5. Today, we're going to let you know how much we have loved the Tiguan SEL R-Line Black Edition over the last 2 years and 40,000 miles. Now get in here and let's show them what we got. As you can see, we're on a dirt road.
We must need off-road mode.
There's a lot of things that I really have come to love with this Tiguan.
Such as?
But in the conversation of things that I love with the Tiguan is not necessarily these modes. I do like the snow mode in the winter when there's a lot of snow on the roads or where it's slippery. It does manage the power really well, but I think that this is probably the second time I've ever used the off-road mode. The first time being our review of this car when it was new. We've had a lot of time and a lot of miles to decide what we really like
and what dislike
about the Tiguan. So this is a 2019 Tiguan R-Line Black Edition in the SEL trim. This Tiguan looks different than almost every other Tiguan ever. Even a regular 2019 Tiguan does not look like this.
It's got painted trim. That's really what sets it apart.
That's the one thing that I do wish they would have done a little bit different, and probably my biggest complaint. This is the R-Line. It's not an R, which you can get in Europe. It's an R-Line. With the R-Line, all you're getting is appearance.
Yeah, it's very disappointing because the car does lack that pizzazz.
It has 184 horsepower from the 2-liter inline 4. I wish it had the GTI engine.
So it had 230 horsepower?
I wish it had the DSG transmission.
That comes in a GTI or an R.
Which then you would get flappy paddle gearbox.
Which, as you can see, there's nothing.
Biggest complaint, I wish I had a little bit more power. It is what it is. It's a great family hauler. It's a sleek looking, nice vehicle. I like the appearance package. There's nothing wrong with it.
I feel like you have to get it with the appearance package because it looks significantly better.
Right, but like the 0 to 60 time is about 8.4 seconds or something. Too slow.
Is that how long it is?
It's something like that. It's pretty slow. Biggest complaint, the next thing I don't necessarily like, there's a lot of things I really like about this car. Another thing that I don't like about after 48,000 miles, the auto start stop button. You have to push that every time you get into the car if you don't want it to shut off on you like a random robot. I mean, give us the option. If I hit the off button, keep it off. And if I want it back on, I'll turn it back on.
I would like it to default to the always running position and you have the choice to turn it on off with the button.
But I get it, a lot of people like the environment.
Yes.
Let's go on to some things that I absolutely love. One being right above our heads.
You can see that massive panoramic sunroof.
It's phenomenal. If you're sitting in the back seats, it opens, it feels like the car is twice the size that it is.
Yeah, cars without a sunroof feel smaller. Cars without a panoramic sunroof feel really small after you've been exclusively in the panoramic sunroof model.
So my rear end has sat in this seat. This is my wife's car, so I haven't sat in this seat for 40,000 miles, but we have gone cross country several times, driven it a ton around town. Speaking of the seats and where you spend, your body spends all of the time, it's comfortable. So you got these faux leather I don't know what they
You can
call
see
it.
it's perforated too.
It's perforated, heated seats, not ventilated. There isn't a ton of bolstering. They're like perfect seats to not be obnoxious. They're pretty comfortable. We'll take you in the back seat so that you can remember what it's like. There are some cool things about the back seats, but they're not super supportive.
They kind of just, they lack support. So that's over the road trips we've taken. I spend majority of the time in the back because I only get to come up front when I'm driving the family.
Or when you're being a good boy.
Yes. And it causes, after 12 plus hours is about the point, it starts to cause a little bit of back pain.
Seats are good. I like the infotainment. Look at this number right here. There's something I really like about I don't know where it would be. We're not like a compact SUV. We're like that mid-size SUV. 26.9 average miles per gallon over the last 1,533 miles. I would say that that's pretty consistent with where we've been lifetime.
Yes.
That's decent mileage for this, I think. For an all-wheel drive, people hauler.
Yeah. 27 is easily good enough to get across the country and not feel like your wallet is shrinking drastically.
Digital dash, I really like that. It's pretty configurable. Right now we just got the standard RPM on the left,
Speedometer
on the right, and then we like to have the navigation in the middle. One thing I don't like, and we'll cut to a clip of that, is we plug in our phone all the time to listen to our music, to listen to our music.
and sometimes navigation.
And navigation. Navigation comes up on this big 8-inch screen. Fantastic. As soon as you put the navigation on the screen from your phone, this navigation turns off and it comes up with a message that says navigation is turned on with a device or something. So it's just a black screen. I wish that it could keep this navigation screen up there as well, even when it's not doing something.
You know, I gotta say, it feels more responsive while you're driving in sport mode.
Sport mode does tighten up the transmission, does something else. It makes it a little bit more fun. It could be called F instead of S.
Fun mode.
Fun mode. It livens it up a little bit. It's worthwhile going through the menu and getting into sport. Don't forget to go on off-road every once in a while.
Or what's the last one? Is that rock climbing?
I think it is. It's to go up mountains. It's mountain mode.
Mountain. Because off-road wasn't good enough. We need mountain mode.
That's exactly what this Tiguan is for. It's mountain mode. I have really enjoyed this for 40,000 miles, and we're not going to go through all the gizmos and gadgets like we did. If you want to see what we thought about it when we first got it,
click the thing up in, I think it's this side of the screen, and I'll put a little card there so you can click it and go watch the full review.
I want to take you to the outside of this because the styling on they switched the styling in 2018. 2017 it looked like this, right? And now in 2018 they switched it. 2019 we got even a little bit more refresh, and the R line specifically looks phenomenal. So let's jump out to the outside and show them what we're talking about. I mean, look at the styling. Look at it. It is like the nicest looking mid-size SUV I have seen. Now, come with me. Use your imagination. 3 dots, big bubble, right? In this
Imagination.
in this picture up here in your imagination, the only thing that could make this better, you shrink this by, an inch or 2 inches, right? You shrink this by an inch or 2 inches, and then you look at it, not physically, but up in your bubble. You're in your bubble.
In the bubble.
In the bubble. Look at how beautiful that is. That's perfection. That's Volkswagen perfection.
It would be.
So come around
And
here.
maybe a size up for the wheels.
The Tiguan's a little bit dirty because we're in and out of a rainstorm. So I apologize for that. But look at the back here. I wish, because it's an R-Line, it would say R-Line somewhere here, but it doesn't.
And I wish with the R-Line you got real tailpipes.
so you
Stick
got-
your hand in there, see what happens.
You got fake tailpipes there, but I like this diffuser here. It looks nice, it's all right. Come around to the side. You got the R-Line badging, you know it's special. In 2018, they redid the Tiguan. They made it a little bit wider, a little bit longer. Looks a lot better. It suits a lot more purpose. I love the look of this, especially with the black edition. All of these finishes are in a gloss black and it looks really nice. Let's go in the back seat, show them the back seat, and we'll conclude with how awesome this car has been over the past 2 years and 40,000 miles.
How many miles?
40,000 miles. Oh boy.
What are you doing? You had to roll it back.
There, we even got a bigger panoramic sunroof. So we are in the back seat. We are both about 6 feet tall.
I'm doing a great job with the camera today.
You're doing something. Look at how much room there is here. Gigantic.
I could fit in front of you. Oh, mine
Go
doesn't
up.
go with yours.
You can go back. You got your own there. The other thing, there's this little latch here. I call it the GTS latch. It's like a Porsche GTS. Put your seat, well, all the way up, right? But there's straight up and down. Driving, you gotta back a little bit. It's nice.
Sounds pretty perfect.
Looking at this view, it just makes the cabin of this seem so much more roomy.
It does. Like, I feel like I have some... So you're looking at it exactly from my perspective now. And it's perfect.
We've put a lot of miles, so I would say that we are probably qualified to give this review.
I would agree.
40,000 miles in exactly 2 years. We have driven the snot out of this. I don't even know what that means.
Well, there's a lot of full throttle on-ramp pulls I've done.
I like it so much more than I don't like it, and therefore I would recommend it day after day after day. The only thing I wish is it had a little bit more power.
Just the things that we've said that we've hated on in this video. We didn't really give that many goods, we gave a lot of bads. But here's our point to say, we can't really think of the goods because they've become so numb to us that they're there, but like, we don't remember what they are. If we got in a regular Tiguan, we'd remember some of them. If we got in a Toyota RAV4, we would remember why we like the Volkswagen Tiguan R-Line more than a Toyota RAV4.
It's a beautiful place to be. I would definitely go out and get one. It's super reliable, especially if you're getting one that's 2 years old. It's going to be definitely under warranty. You got no issues. Fantastic car. Go out and buy one if this is what you're looking for. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below, and we'll talk to you later. But first, we got to do an old awkward high five.
Bam!
That was nice and awkward.
Yep.
Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you like it. Make sure you share it. Make sure you put it on your next business presentation.
Yes! On the business presentation! Yes!
Until next time, we'll see you later.
Okie dokie.